Hey guys, I'm Tammy and welcome back to my channel. I thought I'd pop on today and do a bit of a sewing makes video for what I made last month in January. So if you follow me on Instagram, that's where I usually post my makes every single week. And then what I'm definitely going to start doing, a monthly rundown of what I've made every single month, just to keep track of everything that I've made and share with you guys here on YouTube. So January for me was actually quite a busy month. I released my newest dress pattern, the Ravina Dress, which is what I'm wearing right now. It's a fitted midi dress pattern, and that took up a lot more time than I thought it would. But I did manage to sew a few dresses and a blazer in the month of January, and that's what I want to share with you today to get you inspired and share some cool patterns that I actually really enjoyed making. So the first thing I want to share that I made in January is this gorgeous dress. It's the Lucia Dress pattern by Viki Sews. If you watched my 10 dress patterns video, I actually talked about that I wanted to make this dress, and I finally got ahead and actually did it. I absolutely adore it. But basically it's a really lovely sort of evening style dress, and I think it's a bit more of a slip dress actually. And what drew me to the pattern initially is the back detail. It really is to die for. It has an absolutely gorgeous open back and it just looks amazing. I think it really suits me as well. I absolutely love how this looks on. I ended up using this really lovely satin fabric from myfabrics.co.uk. They're actually one of my favourite fabric shops that I shop from. The quality is always really, really good. And I decided to use this pink peach satin, and I think it worked really well for this dress. So this is my first time using a Viki Sews pattern, and I've got to say I actually really enjoyed it. I think I picked this up in the Makerist $2 sale, and I'm such a fan of like sultry dresses and like sexy dresses, and this is absolutely one of those patterns if you're looking to make something a bit more evening wear. So I would say that this is definitely a intermediate to advanced pattern. It is okay for beginners because obviously there is no closures, but I would say the back detail is a tiny bit difficult to navigate if maybe you're looking for something really, really easy to sew. But other than that, it is honestly such a simple make. I probably made this in under like 3 hours or something like that. I think I'm gonna make this again in like a deep burgundy or even a deep blue or something like that, because I think it will make a really, really nice evening style dress. And I think making this sort of dress in a darker shade will be a lot easier to wear. Like I don't know where I'm actually gonna wear this to. I think if you're doing like a bridesmaid's dress, this would actually work really well also. But let me know in the comments what you think about this dress pattern and if you would make it as well. So the next dress that I want to talk about this month that I made is my Ravina Dress pattern. I spent so much time working on this pattern. I don't think anyone really truly understands how much effort and work goes into making patterns unless you make them yourself. They are really demanding, but I know you guys can love this dress. I've already had such great feedback from you guys on Instagram on this pattern, and it's really, really amazing to hear. But what I made, I think that's my favorite, is probably this green khaki version in a viscose modal jersey. But it is such a fun, easy dress, obviously biased because I made it. But I really enjoy making simple knit dresses for people to sew. I think it's such a nice skill set to learn, especially if you're a beginner and you maybe have never used a serger or a zigzag stitch before to sew stretch fabric. This pattern actually comes with a YouTube sew along video, so it is really beginner friendly. It's super easy to make. I made this one in under an hour, so really, really simple and quick to make. So the version I'm wearing, I think is in a rib knit, but not a proper rib knit. It's like a bit more, not as stable, I would say. And I really, really love how this one turned out. The bright blue, I did not think I'd like bright blue, and then I tried this on and I was like, wow. I definitely picked something that is a bit more daring, but I'm really, really happy with how it turned out. So this dress comes in sizes 6 to 32, and you will definitely need stretch fabric to make this dress. I'll leave a link in the description box below where you can find that. So the last thing that I wanted to talk about that I made last month is this Kai blazer. I really love how it turned out. So I used a fabric from Minerva, and it's a rust cord fabric with stretch, and then I used a deep blue lining from My Fabrics inside, and I do love the overall effect, and the color schemes I think work perfectly together. I'll leave some pictures on screen now of what it looks like on me, but I honestly love the Kai blazer pattern. I've already made it before in a beige fabric, and I wear that one quite a lot actually, which is why I made this one too. I'm gonna say that I didn't realize how much using a bit of a stretch fabric would kind of change the shape of this pattern. I know it's not meant for stretch fabrics, but I wanted to play with it anyway. And I think it's a bit too relaxed for my liking. I think this is nice to wear maybe at home, but I don't think I would actually wear this going out. I don't know why, like it was fun when I made it, but now when I try it on, I'm actually not a huge fan of it anymore. Also, the hem is kind of strange. It kind of wobbles at the bottom, and I've tried pressing it and I don't know how to actually fix that. But it's such a shame because I don't know why I've kind of fallen out of love with it. It's such a nice color, but I don't know, it's just kind of not for me anymore. I don't know what to do with this blazer. I think I need to put it in the back of my wardrobe and kind of come back to it in like a year and see if I still like it. I don't know, I tried it on the other day. I'm not a huge fan of it anymore, but it does look cool. Like it looks cool in pictures, weirdly. But when I put it on and I walk around in it, I don't know, I don't feel as good. Maybe it's me, I don't know. Sometimes I make things and I love them and then I try them on like a week later and I hate them. But yeah, I don't know. All in all, it is a good pattern. The Kai blazer honestly is very easy and simple to sew. It doesn't have any video sew-alongs or anything like that, but I find the instructions easy enough to get your head around. And because I've made several blazers before, I kind of knew the rough technique of how to make them, so I wasn't like glued to the instructions. But maybe if you were a beginner and you've never made a blazer before, this might be a bit difficult. But in general, making blazers is obviously not an easy task. I recommend the pattern. I just don't know if I like the fabric choice that I use for this anymore. So that is everything that I made last month in January. Let me know if you like these types of videos, and I'll definitely stick to releasing one every month. I actually love doing this. I love going through what I made and also just kind of figuring out if I even still like the things that I made. But yeah, I think it's such a nice way to kind of reflect on everything that you've done. I would definitely encourage you to do it, even just laying them on your bed to see what you've made, and also even just looking at your wardrobe and what you're kind of missing, so you're not just making the same sort of thing over and over again. But it's been a really busy month. I think this month is going to be quite hectic for me as well. I've got a few personal things that I'm trying to sort out. Exciting, but I'll probably talk about that in the coming month. I've also got so many more pattern ideas I want to release, and even though I just released Ravina Dress, I'm like, Tam, slow down, like let's just enjoy not making a pattern for a minute. But I really enjoy the process. I think it's a really fun thing to do, and yeah, so many ideas that I want to make this year. If you follow me on Instagram, you will know I've just started sewing the Simplicity blazer, the Mimi G pattern, and it's on my bed currently. I'm not going to share it because it looks really, really good and I want it to be a surprise. But I'm using like a pink cashmere wool fabric and it is looking honestly amazing. So I have quite a few things I'm already making this month for next month, so make sure you check in what I make next month. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.